What? Shit's going down. All right, you guys ready for this?
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
Running from the hut. After a selfie of a dispatched Gamorrean thug goes viral, our heroes find themselves in need of making a quick escape from the clutches of Teemo. Having used feminine charm and ingenuity, bounty hunter Oscara and medical droid 41 Vex have secured the needed part to get the fabled Crate Fang hyperspace ready. With quick thinking and unmatched social prowess, grounded pilot Posh is able to secure an alliance with Overseer Bryn. The group finds themselves ready to get off the sun's baked surface of Tatooine. With everything seemingly going according to plan, will our heroes make it off planet unscathed? Or is the reach of Teemo the Hutt too great? So last when we left off, we were in the spaceport control. Troy had, by all accounts, wooed Overseer Bryn after some gentle poking and prodding from me and a fortuitous dice roll. And so Overseer Bryn has now joined your guys' party in an effort to try to get off planet. So you guys are trying to make your way to the Crate Fang. You guys are still in the Overseer, or the spaceport control. You've unlocked basically the electronic locks of the ship, so you are now able to get it off planet. You basically, it's basically up to you guys where you want to go. What do you want to do?
Because we're still in the kind of like the flight control tower.
You're still in the building.
Is there any way we can find out if there's anybody on the ship right now? We have like.
Okay, let me see.
Have Overseer Bryn just call in and be like, just doing a systems check. That way we can see if there's anybody on the ship that we're about to steal.
Okay, yeah, sure. So Overseer Bryn heads over to one of the comms and uses her clearance to try to see what's going on at what is it? Where is this actually located at? I forget where it is. Let me see.
Moss Shadow.
Landing Bay Auric. So it's in Landing Bay Auric, which is I actually looked up what Auric is because I'm like, what the hell is that? It's actually Aurebesh, which is a alphabet in the Star Wars galaxy, and it's basically the equivalent to A or Alpha. Oh. So it's a Landing Bay A or Alpha or Auric, whichever way you want to do it. And she hails the ship, and let me just roll one of these die here. And she doesn't get a response back. She doesn't have access to any kind of scanners or anything like that. Okay. But what she will tell you is that Trex tends not to leave his ship unless he absolutely needs to. And last she heard, he may have gone to try to look for the part that he needed. Mm-hmm. But chances are the ship is probably not.
Vacant.
It's probably not vacant. So okay. I expect trouble, basically.
Yeah, of course. So I think we should just head over there to the landing bay and check it out.
That works.
Okay.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Okay, before you go, one of you guys make me a normal difficulty perception check.
Let's see what my perception is.
Actually, Troy, I want you to make it.
Okay. Perception is...
For you, it'll be 1 yellow and 2 green.
Isn't it 1 yellow, one yellow, 1 green?
Perception for Posh?
Is it?
No, it's 1 yellow, 2 green.
What am I looking at?
Are you looking at mine?
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at. That's why I'm looking at Mary Jane's character. 1 yellow, 2 green, 2 purple. Right? 2 difficulty, 2 purple.
Yeah, 2 purple.
Okay. And that one. Okay. Roll. 1 6. I got it. Can't remember all the symbols.
So that's why I uploaded the cheat sheet. It's got the symbols on it.
Okay, cheat sheet. Let's see. 1 success, 2 failures, 2 advantages.
So just give me the net.
So 1 failure and 1 advantage.
Okay. All right, Mary, I just actually emailed you the link for the folder with the stuff.
Thank you.
So you don't notice anything. And your advantage, let me see. What is your advantage?
There's nothing to notice.
So yeah, basically you don't think there's anything to notice.
Yeah, I'm just, I just feel as cocky as I normally am, right?
Yeah, you're like, it'll be fine. Okay.
Yeah, and if I had any strain, it's all gone because I'm just like.
Well, so
well.
each session we start off with, unless I say otherwise, all your strain is already gone.
Okay.
You just start off new. Just easier to do it that way.
Okay, now I got the right character sheet. Okay. So we walk over, and that's pretty much.
So you guys are leaving the spaceport control, right?
Yeah, just walking straight east, pretty much to.
Okay. So you guys are heading over, and you guys are walking out with Overseer Bryn, and basically trying to make your way over to the landing base quickly as you can. Let's see. I'm going to bring up the. Let me see if I could screencast. So on the map, you are on. You guys are heading towards leaving spaceport control and basically heading right towards landing bay Auric. You're making your way kind of towards the water tower and then trying to cut across towards landing bay Auric. So as you get closer towards the water tower, people are about basically going about their business and basically getting the water that they need for various things. You see a couple of banthas getting some water, and then all of a sudden you stop hearing the hustle and bustle of the crowd, and heading towards the landing bay, you just see a clearance of people who were normally there. They just kind of disperse all of a sudden, and you start to see a group of stormtroopers approaching you. And so you see you guys try to duck out of the way, but one of them spots you, and you hear basically, "Over there, I found them!" And so a group of stormtroopers is, I'm going to say, long range away from you right now. So you guys are spotted, and they're going to get ready to open fire on you. So we're going to get into initiative, and so that requires a vigilance roll from each one of you, and that'll determine the order.
What did we do to this empire? Jesus.
So Troy, that
Vigilant.
thing you didn't notice is now biting you in the ass. So.
Yeah, obviously.
Wait.
So 1 yellow, 1 green.
My vigilance is 1 green. It's vigilance roll from each of us.
Each one of you guys, yes.
1 success, 3 advantage.
All right, so let me write this down. So
I have 1 success.
You sound like a robot. Very good.
Yeah. I have 1 success.
And Jess, what did you get?
1 success.
That's it?
That's it.
Did you roll any advantages or disadvantages?
No.
So
Was
I
I
mean,
supposed to?
no, I mean your net
Oh.
your net roll was one success, but of the dice pool, did you have any advantages or disadvantages?
No. I only had one green that I had to roll. That was it.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. So
And
one
then-
success. Oscar or Mary, did you have any advantages or disadvantages?
I had one success.
Is yours?
Mine's 2 die, but the green one just showed up blank.
Yeah, they don't have
Okay.
any disadvantages on the green or yellow dice, do they?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So which one of you guys has a higher score in agility?
I've got a 3.
No, I mean between Mary and Jessica.
I have a 4.
Okay, so Mary, you go before Jess, and Posh had the 2 advantages, so he goes first between the 3 of you. They get, so they're actually going to go first. So 2 success, 2 advantages.
And so we're somewhere between the water tower and the landing bay then?
You're basically right in front of the water tower.
Okay.
So how turns work is, I had each of you roll a vigilance check. If you guys had detected that there may be stormtroopers and you expected a fight coming up, so maybe you detected an ambush in advance, you guys would have used a cool roll instead. But because you weren't prepared for this fight, you have to use vigilance. And I basically base your order off of your rolls, and those just become character slots. So you're not locked into that. You're not locked into first, second, and third between the 3 of you. You guys can choose to act wherever you want, so long as you haven't acted that particular round. I determine obviously the role of the group because I'm playing your enemy as well. So they rolled better than you guys did, so they're going to go first. Okay. So first up, they are at long range right now. There's a group of 5 of them, and is it a group of 5 or is it a group of 3? I forget. Oh, there's a group of 3 of them. Sorry. So they're at long range, and it looks like they're going to try to double time it towards you guys. So they're going to spend their turn moving. They're going to move within 1 range band of you, so they are now within medium range, and they're going to suffer 2 strain and then move again. So they are now within short range of you guys. So now it is your turn. Whoever wants to go first.
Is there cover? I imagine that like.
So
everybody clear out
I'm
and
gonna
then
go ahead and say around the water tower, there's probably like tables set up similar to like the bazaar where people will go and
Yeah.
maybe do wash. Like think of it as like the new Star Wars episode where she's cleaning her gear that she brings in for salvage. I'm gonna say those types of tables and huts are set up around there. But I wouldn't say there's a lot of hardcover unless you use the water tower itself. But the tower itself seems pretty big and pretty tall. It might be defensible, but you could potentially be overwhelmed if a bunch of people come up on you.
Almost fell on my chair. It's okay. Is that area clear of people?
People are trying to get out of the way, but it's not clear yet.
Would exploding the water tower?
Yeah, no. I was thinking
be an
we knock it over. Maybe we knock it over on them.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no. Mainly because I feel like this water tower is the lifeblood of this town. You know, everyone needs water, so it's probably pretty well secured and pretty sturdy. So I'm gonna say, unless you have some kind of like ship-mounted weapon, I don't think you're gonna be able to knock down this tower.
Okay. So I think I want to go. I want to. There's tables everywhere, right? I want to kick one over and get take cover behind it.
Okay.
Could I do that? And I mean, and because I have the quick draw, so I mean, I have my gun ready
So your gun. So we'll just assume you're going to use your quick draw, ready your gun. So now you have an action and a maneuver, unless you want a maneuver choice.
So my action would be what, kicking over the table and getting behind it, like.
I wonder if that falls. I don't know if that falls. I think interacting with the environment is considered a maneuver, and moving is also a maneuver. So let me see. Actions is more like attacks and using skills, whereas maneuvers is movement and interacting with the environment. So do you want to move and kick over the table?
Actually,
Or you can choose to drop prone if you wanted to take aim or something like that.
yeah, I'll just do that because I just want to shoot them really bad.
Okay. So you're going to drop prone, and so that gives you a bonus if they try shooting at you. It makes it harder for them to shoot at you. And you're going to drop prone. Remember, that's short range, so they can get up on you pretty quick if you want.
Yeah.
So you still want to go prone?
Actually, well, because it's once you're prone, it takes like a maneuver to get back up, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. Then no, I'm just gonna shoot him. Just.
So you're going to stay where you are out in the open and shoot?
Make it sound like a bad idea.
I'm just trying to get a clear grasp of what you're trying to do. You need to do better at describing what you want to do.
Okay. How about this? Can I just like run and just blast in their general direction?
So you want to run towards cover and then shoot in their general direction?
Yes.
Okay, so your movement's moving towards cover, which I'm going to say is about 5 feet to your right, and I'm going to say is a table that is still upright where it should be, but as you do that, I'm assuming your intent is to make it into cover, so you can shoot along the way. So if you're moving and shooting, they're at short range, so that's 1 purple die. But I'm going to give you 1 black die because you're not necessarily aiming for them, you're just aiming in that general direction while moving towards it somewhere else.
Okay.
So it's 1 purple, 1 black, and
2 green and a yellow. That's my blaster pistol.
Yeah.
Okay. And because the range is medium, so I don't get any. That's just.
The range is not medium. They are now within short range, so that's why.
But my weapon range that doesn't affect it, right?
Say that again, Troy.
So the blaster range is medium range, so them being short range doesn't affect.
No, you only really get, I think, a disadvantage if you were trying to shoot your weapon and they were like engaged with you.
Okay, here we go. I've got. Ooh, shit. Yeah. Okay, I got a success and 1 advantage.
Okay, success and advantage. Okay, what do you want your advantage to be?
Because we don't believe you.
Hey, it's no headshot. I want my advantage to be that the table. When I dive, I kind of knock it over, and then I have cover.
Okay. So you go kind of like. So you're running to your right, and you're shooting in the general direction, and I picture you kind of like sliding on your knees, and as you nudge against the table, it kind of just topples over, and you're now behind cover on your knees. And you managed to hit one of these guys. What's the damage on that? 6. All right, so you hit one of them square in the chest, and you take one of them out. Ooh. So there are now 2 running up to you, readying their melee weapons. It seems like they're kind of ordered to try to bring you in alive if possible, so they're going to try to their best to try to detain you. So 1 is down, and there's 2 running towards you guys. So next up is whoever you guys want. It's between Mary and...
Well, I can't really do much other than run because I don't have any weapons on me, huh?
No, you do.
Yeah, everybody should.
Blaster, stun grenades, and you can also choose to punch someone if you wanted to.
Stun grenade.
Well, I think since Troy already started a little something, probably have to follow suit and shoot in that direction while running for cover.
Okay, so are you going to move to where Troy is, or you want to move to your own cover?
I'll move to where he is.
Okay, so you move towards him and you shoot. You are going to roll 1 purple die with 1 black die, and you're shooting with your light blaster, so you took... So it's 2 green. So 2 green, a purple, and a black.
Green and a black. Okay. I got... What was that one again? 2 successes and 2... Wait, what does that symbol mean? 2 threats.
2 successes and 2 threats?
Yeah.
Okay. So you do another 6 damage. So apparently this running and sliding maneuver is working out pretty well for you guys. So one of these guys drops down, and there's 2 stormtroopers on the ground kind of writhing in pain. And one guy is just all of a sudden wondering why he's running towards you guys. But your 2 advantages here is you hear, "I heard fire coming from over there! Hurry!"
Oh,
Those are your
shit.
2 disadvantages. And Oscara, you are up next.
Okay. I think you mismarked my sheet because I had a mechanic and point blank.
Okay.
You put gunnery.
No, gunnery is on there already.
Oh.
All 4 of them are on there. It's up to you to choose which 2 and write it down.
I see. I see how this works. Okay. Well, I think because now all the attention is on Vex 41 and Posh, I'm going to take cover in a different direction
Okay.
and shoot from there.
Okay. So you're
Wait.
going to move to cover.
Mhm.
What does this look like? Are you moving like behind like a post of the water tower, or what do you... How do you see this happening?
Well, whatever cover is opposite of where the tables are.
So I'm going to say the tables, so do you guys have the map on you?
Yeah.
Open that up. I'm going to say the tables are just to the right of the R in tower, like in that kind of
Okay.
space there.
Yeah.
And so Troy, or Posh and Vex are like in a table in that area. The stormtroopers are coming from that alley. They're coming straight ahead from that area. And then Oscara, I'm going to say there's like a post that this water tower is, it's one of the support posts. You duck behind that and then aim down that alleyway. And
But the alleyway that they're coming from is what, like...
diagonal from the water tower, like northeast.
Okay.
That little alleyway there.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Mary, you are going to make a roll. It's going to be 1 purple and your ranged attack. Which are you using your carbine? Yeah, I think that's the only ranged weapon you have.
Okay.
All our guns, right? They can do stun, right?
Hmm?
Can all our guns do stun, or is it just...
Yeah, you guys' weapons can do stun.
Okay.
So 2 yellow and 2 green and a purple.
And I'm going to go ahead and say 1 black as well, because you moved towards cover and then...
Okay. Okay, I got 3 successes and 2 advantages.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
So, that guy drops dead immediately. I mean, he's not even writhing on the ground in pain. He is dead. And so, you guys kind of just like, whoa, was that it? And then coming out from behind you guys is another group of 3 stormtroopers with melee weapons that somehow managed to get behind you. They are currently, so they pop up in short range, and they're going to move into attack. So there are 3 of them altogether. They're going to post up basically in the alleyway just south of the water tower, heading towards the area where you guys are at the table, and Askar, you're behind a pillar. Because you guys were facing an enemy directly ahead of you, they are now flanking you. So they are going to come in and move in and try to do melee attack, and since Vex and Posh are together, they're going to move towards that direction.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and say they are going to attack Posh. So they are engaged with you. So that is
3 of them on me.
Yeah. Well, they're moving as a group, and they're going to try to attack you. So Posh.
Yeah.
I need to remember how to build a dice pool here. Here we go. And engaged range is what?
Be right back. I'm gonna grab water.
Just 1 purple.
Well, Jess is gone. I'm gonna use the restroom.
Okay.
Bye, break.
So is this gonna be a brawl with?
Yeah. Well, they're engaged and they're using their vibro knives.
Oh shit.
So if they connect, it's not going to be pretty.
But Jess has stun grenades, right?
She does.
How does stun grenades work?
So it's a thrown weapon, and the range is short, so they have to be within short range of you.
Yes.
And it deals 8 stun on 1 hit, +1 for each success there is. And if you get 2 advantages, and all characters within engaged range of that target also suffer 8.
You broke up there. All characters within range. What?
All characters in engaged range. So if you're throwing it into a group of people, if there are 2 advantages, then everyone else takes that damage as well.
Okay.
So I'm rolling to hit Troy. I'm going to go ahead and give him a blue die because you're not really expecting them.
Do I get to roll anything to counter this?
I already took into account your it's engaged, so it's just 1 purple die. You don't get to roll against it. That's just the difficulty is for them. Ooh, man, they hella hit. They get two successes and 5 advantages.
Jesus.
So
Is Troy dead?
So they hit you for 5 damage, and they have Pierce 1, so they reduce your soak by 1. So what's your soak?
My soak's 4, so it's 3. So I take 2 damage then.
Yeah, you take 2 damage,
Okay.
and you also suffer a critical injury, which is, let me see what that ends up being in this. What do critical injuries look like? So your first critical injury. So your first critical injury adds 2 strain to your strain. So you take 2 strain as well. So these 3 guys come in with their vibro knives and go and see that they've got the advantage, and they go and try to take out Posh because, for 1, he is not a metal droid, and 2, somehow as they were rounding the corner, they saw him nail the first guy as if it was nothing. And I feel like all of the actions Posh does are very serendipitous, but to the outside looker, it just looks like super skilled, like chilling, precise movements. So they're like, man, that guy's really dangerous. We're going to have to take him out first. They come in, break out their vibro knives. One comes in right away and just basically stuns Troy or Posh in the back and does some damage. And because Posh wasn't expecting it, he suffers 2 strain. So now we're back to the top of the order, which would have been the other group of stormtroopers, but since they're all dead, it now is a PC slot. So who wants to take that one?
So what?
I think it should be Mary. Come on, or what's your character's name?
Ascara.
Yeah. I'm gonna write this.
I'm personally going to just throw this out there. I think it makes more sense for Posh to react first because he just got hit, but if you guys want to do something else, I'm cool with that.
Well, I'm trying to think what I can, like, so I have like 3, I imagine that, so I was...
So I'm going to say one is like right up on you and the other 2 are basically kind of surrounding the 2 of you about 2 feet away.
Okay. In that case...
Wait, so are they just like ignoring me on the side?
Well, they're not necessarily ignoring you. They're trying to corral you guys and surround you guys, but the first guy attacked Posh.
And I can't use my blaster plus range, right?
Not unless you use a maneuver to move out of range and then shoot.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you want to use your blaster, you can because you have quick draw. But I will say you will suffer. You'll have a black die added to your dice pool if you choose to do so.
So I'm already crouched down, right? I was crouched down.
You're crouched behind the table, looking the other way.
So what I want to do is I want to just basically kind of just do a quick 180 and dick punch the guy.
So you're gonna brawl and punch him in the dick?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is 1 purple, and you're using your fists.
Which is 3 greens.
So roll 3 greens.
Okay. And oh shit. I got 2 advantages.
Okay. And so you go and turn around and try to punch this guy in the junk, and he steps back, anticipating you trying to make a move, knowing that he clearly didn't put you down. So he avoids it, but in doing so, he's kind of off balance and kind of leaves himself open to an attack. And I'm going to go ahead and say your next roll. So you can choose to give that advantage to whoever's moving next, or you can save it for your next turn.
What I'm thinking is that he's could it be that now like because he's off balance and I'm crouched down now, he's in range so that Ascara has a clean shot and same with like next.
Yeah, like I said, it leaves him wide open to attack. Who attacks him, it doesn't matter. He's open to attack. So that's one advantage. You had 2, right?
Yeah.
So the other advantage can be you get a blue die your next turn, or you can let Vex 41 have that blue die for their turn next.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll do.
Okay. So
Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna give it to Ascara because she does way more damage.
Okay.
You can probably do a clean line, and because she's not at close range.
No, she's. I'm gonna go ahead and say that she's at least short range, if not medium.
Yeah, so she can use her blaster, whereas Vex and I are both we both have to brawl because we're both.
Yeah, you guys are both engaged unless you move out of that range band.
Cool.
All right, so then I guess that means Ascara is up next. And what do you want to do?
How many stormtroopers are there?
There are 3 of them.
Can I try and shoot one after the other really quickly?
Say that again?
Shoot one after the other really quickly.
You can only choose to. Well, so you have to attack on the group, basically.
Okay.
So how these work, these encounters, they're minion groups. So as you do damage to them, you do damage to the whole group, and then each one of them has their own wound threshold. So as you exceed one drops from the group. So each time you did a certain amount of damage, I killed one of them, and but basically you damage to the whole group.
All right.
So basically you roll to attack this one group, and then the damage I determine gets split across however many there are.
Okay. Attack.
So you're gonna attack? Are you gonna move? Are you gonna aim? What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm already behind shelter.
Well, you're actually on the wrong side of cover compared to where they are. So if you want to basically just go bloop, and then
Okay.
Yeah, jump over the table or whatever to the other side.
so you basically swing around the pole looking very gracefully, and then as you come around, so the camera, it basically follows you on one side of the pole, you grab the pole, come around, and then it pans over and you already have the weapon at the ready. And so that's your maneuver. Do you want, and then you want to attack?
Yeah.
So they are in short range, I'll say. So one purple. I'm going to say... Well, actually, I'm not going to say you have any black die because both Vex and Posh are behind the table. Otherwise, if they're standing up, I would say you would risk hitting them. So, because they're behind the table, you have an open shot. So you can get one blue die from Troy's advantage and then roll your attack roll.
Kick some ass.
Is it the carbine roll?
Yeah, 2 green, 2 yellow, a blue, and a purple.
I have 1 success and 4 advantages.
Holy shit.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, I got an idea.
So with your your advantages, you can spend 3 of them to inflict a critical injury, and if you do that, you basically kill one just on the spot. So you have 1 advantage to play with. So do you want to give that as a blue die to Vex 41's next attack, or do you want to spend that on something else?
I'll spend it towards Vex.
Okay, so you swing around the pole, come around. So you hear the stormtroopers kind of marching in, and as you instinctively you know that you're on the wrong side of cover and you're being flanked. So when you move across the support structure, you come around and aim down, and you see the left. You see the aftermath of that one stormtrooper hitting Posh, and Posh trying to strike at him, leaving this guy wide open. So when you open fire, your first bolt just hits this guy's center mass, like high up in the chest, and you could just hear just gurgling noise as he's falling back. And the second blast just hits another guy right behind him, and he just hits the ground, not knowing what hit him. And now there is 1 left that looks combat effective at all. And now it is Vex 41's turn.
Okay, so she... Am I... Oh, no. Am I still fighting?
Yeah, so there's 1 stormtrooper left who is still waiting to fight. So it's up to you what you want to do. Keep in mind, combat... You guys are in combat, but that does not mean you can't try to talk or, influence these guys. So if you want to try to open up dialogue, you can. Otherwise, you're free to...
Like they want to talk.
Well, no one stopped to ask.
I think well, wait, is he in fist range or is he in just short range?
He's in brawl. He's in engaged range, so he is like within a foot of you.
Okay, can I...
Bitch slap him, Jeff.
Okay, I will bitch slap him.
With our metal slap.
Your claw.
Exactly.
So okay, all right. So let's roll this first and see what happens. So I need you to roll 1 purple. You get a blue because of the advantage that Ascara gave you, and it's going to be 2 green for your attack. And remember, you do have these destiny points if you want to upgrade them. Otherwise, you could save them.
Okay, it was 2 green, 1 blue, 1 purple.
2 green, 1 blue, 1 purple. Yeah.
Okay. I have... wait, let me read those. Forgot the word. I have 1 failure and 2 advantages.
Why did you fail to finish?
Okay.
Of course, your arm is defective, so like.
Could it be like the advantages, like you don't slap him because he winces so hard because he knows it's coming?
I can see your dysfunctional arm like missing him and hitting Posh instead.
There were no disadvantages, okay?
So
That would
the
work.
advantage is, so how this plays out is you notice that he's within striking range, and you go and take a swing at him. This guy just saw two of his guys just get murked out of nowhere and is not expecting it to happen. He turns around, sees a fist flying out of him. Somehow he moves out of the way. And so the advantage being is that he is now, again, vulnerable to attack from anywhere. And the other advantage could be used to assist the next person who wants to take an action. Or you can put him at a disadvantage for his next turn.
Disadvantage. Because his turn is next, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Trip him. Then he
So you want to give him a disadvantage, Jess?
Yes, because I was looking. So if he's now a little bit farther away,
I'm gonna say he's about, like he off the corner of his bucket, he sees the fist flying out of him, so he kind of like starts backing away and backpedaling with his vibro knife, and is now probably about 2 or 3 feet, probably about 3 feet away from you now. So there's some range between you now.
so now can I use like my light blaster?
Well, so you only get one action per turn.
Oh.
So you'd use your action to attack him. You can use now your maneuver to move away or move closer to him if you want to try to be intimidating. I mean, or you can use that maneuver for anything.
Okay, I'll try to like maneuver closer and intimidate.
Okay, so you punch at him, he moves out of the way, and then you get up from your crouch and just kind of get up in his grill.
Yes.
Okay, what do you say to him?
Move, bitch.
Oh my. Okay. Okay. So it is now the Stormtrooper's turn. Who are you calling a bitch? And he
sounded like Lumpy's face.
Oh my god.
Bitch.
Are you calling a bitch?
He's a sassy stormtrooper.
My little like retarded snap away.
So the Stormtrooper just goes like that, and then pulls out. As he does the Z snap, he drops his vibroblade and pulls out his blaster and takes a shot at Posh.
This is what you get when you start digging around. You're supposed to be.
So he gets one of those and one of those, but he gets a disadvantage because of your roll, Vex. And I'm gonna let me see what this roll looks like. Failure with net 4 advantages. What does that even look like? So he does the Z snap, and clearly he does that very well, but he's not used to also pulling out a blaster at the same time. So he pulls out the blaster and takes the shot, and it just goes wide. And I'm just going to go ahead and say his advantages are he's super fabulous.
Extremely sexy doing it.
He's extremely fabulous, and he will get a blue die to his next roll. And because he got 4 advantages, each one of you get a black die to whatever you're trying to do to him.
Okay.
So next, we have top of the order, so whoever wants to try to take a shot at this super fabulous Stormtrooper.
Mary, do you want to try?
I think Mary's at the best.
Oh, wait,
Well,
where's-
do keep in mind now, though, that Vex is now right in front of him.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Ascara will...
And I almost don't want to kill him because he's so fabulous.
Do you guys want to engage in dialogue with this fabulous stormtrooper?
Yeah, I think that could be good.
So what do you guys say?
What girl?
Hey, girl, I heard that.
I'll stand up and be like, I want you to apologize. That was very rude.
Just be like, you don't belong in this stormtrooper scene, honey. You belong on the runway.
Girl, don't I know it. Girl, don't I know it. But the Empire pays the bills. You know, we all do what we have to. And then I'm just going to go ahead and say, coming from around the other side of the water tower, Overseer Bryn just takes her light blaster and hits the fabulous stormtrooper in the back of the head.
Oh.
And that solves your guys' stormtrooper puzzle. You guys succeeded in dispatching the Emperor's most feared soldiers in all of the galaxy. So,
Fabulous.
Before we go, I want to take a bucket off of one of the dead stormtroopers.
oh, nice. Good use of stuff. So you're going to walk around in your full pilot's gear with a bucket on your head?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I just want to get this out there. Troy's walking around in a duster looking badass like Mel from Firefly with a white stormtrooper bucket on his head. That is an excellent look. So,
That's why you get to hear any chatter because of that, you know. Figure out, like, I could, like, report in and be like, we got them apprehended. Where do you want us to, you know?
okay. So, first off, you take the helmet off of the fabulous ones.
Yes.
And this guy has, like, the most beautiful flowing locks of hair. And just Fabio-esque. Like, as you take the helmet off, the hair just goes whoosh for, like, physics-defying reason. And you put on the bucket, and oh god, how stereotypical can I get?
He's got like a screensaver or something like going on in the side.
No, so inside, aside from his comms, he's got like background music playing that's like low enough that you can hear it, but not high enough where it's distracting him from actually being a stormtrooper. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, Aqua and Barbie World that's playing right now. And and it's just that on loop. You can't figure out how to turn it off. But you hear comms saying that your position has been relayed to another squadron of stormtroopers, and for some reason there seems to be a large contingent of stormtroopers making their way to Mos Shetta. So they have a general idea of where you are. If you want to try to get more information, I'm going to need you to make let's see,
a deception, right?
a deception roll.
Because right now we still don't know why why they were after us, right?
Yeah, you don't know why they're here.
Okay, but I can radio in and be like,
Yeah, so go ahead and make that deceit roll first.
okay.
I'm going to say it is 2 purple and a red.
Oh shit. 2 purple and red, and then mine is only 1 yellow and 2 green.
Yeah.
I didn't upgrade my deception. Okay.
If you want to upgrade one of those dice, you can spend a destiny point. Remember, you still have access to those.
Well, I just rolled and I ended up with 1 disadvantage.
So, how does this go down? So, let's act this out. What is it, Ceremony?
They just killed 5 brothers, but we got them apprehended.
Roger, what's your location? Bill, your voice sounds different. You usually sound much more fabulous.
You know.
Wait, you're not Bill! And then that's all that happens.
God damn it.
Perfect.
Gosh.
So, Okay, so do you guys want to make so? Overseer Bryn comes out and she's like, "Man, you guys sure handle those stormtroopers pretty good. We should probably get a move on, yeah? You know, get the fuck off this rock."
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna throw away the bucket and just pick up a different bucket because I don't.
Barbie World by Aqua on.
This one I'm just gonna carry along. I have a belt. I gotta have some way to attach this to me. I'm gonna start a collection.
You're gonna start a collection of buckets.
Yeah.
So are you gonna take all
No,
6
just
of
one.
them? Oh, okay. One per encounter.
One per encounter.
Okay. So, all right. So you've got the bucket, and you turn up the volume in it so that you could try to hear the chatter, even though it's on your belt.
Yeah.
Which looks really weird, by the way, because Stormtrooper helmets are really bulky, and you've got it on your belt, so you're running, and it's just kind of this big ass bucket just flopping and hitting you on the side. But so you guys make it to Landing Bay Auric. Let me bring that map up on that. Do I even have access to it? Where did I put it? I need to be more organized with my stuff. Group maps. So, I am, I haven't uploaded this yet, so how big is this photo? File info. Oh, I could send this to you guys directly right now then. Where's the chat? How do I send this to you guys?
And if you put it in the Dropbox and tell it to sync, it should.
Yeah, I'll put it in the
But
Dropbox.
mine's not doing it.
Alright, so I'll share it in my Google Drive folder with you guys.
Okay.
Is it a link?
Let's see.
I only shared it with Mary right now, but I'll upload it and give you guys a link right now.
Okay. I think this is going quite well so far.
You guys are kind of steamrolling through this.
Wait,
Man.
is Troy still injured?
Yeah, I've basically I have. Let me check. I wrote it down. I've got 2 strain and 2 damage taken so far. So when we have a chance, I'll have to have you fix me up.
Okay.
What's your wound threshold right now?
So my health is 11 out of 13, and my strain is 2 out of 12. So I'm still doing pretty good.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think it's explicitly necessary to do it.
Yeah.
But, you know.
And the critical injury, I still have 1 of those, right?
Well, the critical injury was the 2 strain.
Oh, okay. So
The next time you take a crit, it could cause some damage. I'm looking at this injury here. Oh man, they go really easy on you for critical injuries in this game. In the regular game, not the beginner one, but in the regular game, some of these can get pretty gnarly. Okay. All right. Did you guys get the?
yes.
Yep.
So bring up the Crate Fang photo.
This is so slow.
Y'all need to get better internet.
I know. Well, I'm stuck with one company here. I guess our apartment complex is contracted,
That's shitty.
so I can't get anything else except Cox Internet.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
I heard parts of LA are like that too.
I didn't
Ooh.
know that you had they could do that. I thought you could still
Wait.
choose it.
This is the same class of ship as the
Millennium Falcon. Yes, yes indeed.
Ooh.
Wait, did you put it in Dropbox or did you send it through Facebook?
No, I sent you an email invite to my Google Drive box.
Oh, okay. I was looking through Dropbox. What was in the moment? Ding, 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 ding.
My bad, I accidentally closed.
Okay.
So do you have it, Jess?
Not yet, but you guys can continue while I'm loading.
Okay.
All right. So you guys make your way to Landing Bay Auric, and a large pour stone hangar looms before you. An enormous letter R stenciled onto the building's side. As you approach, you can see through the open hangar doors to the cavernous interior, where a rusty-looking light freighter rests with its loading ramp deployed. All you have to do is get to that ship, and you can leave Tatooine. 2 equally rusty security droids stand outside the entrance. If you want that ship, first you'll have to get by them. So you can see the landing bay entrance on the bottom left of the map there.
Yep.
That's where the 2 rusty droids are. And looking inside, I mean, just from what you could see from the outside, you could just see the ship, but you can't really see much else inside until you actually move interior to the landing bay. So how do you guys want to handle this? Do you guys want to... The droids don't appear openly hostile yet, but clearly they're there to deter people.
Yes.
So how do you want to...
Let's see. Well, we've been running and getting. I don't think that'd be wise because we don't know what's inside. I mean, we do have that part, right? Vex 41 has the part that we need.
Yeah, Vex is holding on to
Yes.
it.
I think Vex 41 should be like, we have the part. See if we can go up to the droids and convince them that we're here to install the part.
Okay.
Maintenance.
Okay.
Housekeeping.
Okay. So Vex 41 comes in and rolls up and approaches the droids, and the droids go, "Halt! What's your business here?"
I'll say I'm here to install a part for this ship to get it going.
So I'm gonna have you roll.
Hey, where's my dice sheet now? Son of a gun.
I'm gonna have you roll a deceit check, Jess.
Okay.
No, actually, you know what? What is this? You are a maintenance droid, and you also have got mechanics. I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and say, the droids just say, oh, you have the, what is it? You have the hypermatter reactor igniter?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Right this way. And tell your human compatriots to wait outside.
Wait outside, kids.
So one of the droids starts to escort 41 Vex down the stairwell to the left, heading towards the ship, when one stays at the door with you two waiting. I'm going to go ahead and retcon and say the Wookiee has been here this whole time.
Oh, yeah.
But it is a real pain in the ass not having another person to so in. But until then,
And we also have
Overseer Bryn too.
yeah, Overseer Bryn with us as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay. So well, speaking of which, I'm just going to go ahead and say Overseer Bryn walks up towards the front, just like, it's okay, they're with me. We need to speak with Trex on some business while the droid installs the HMRI. So the droid steps aside and just says, "No funny business, you guys." And Overseer Bryn just says, "There's never anything funny with me," and then just walks slightly behind with the previous droid and 41 Vex. So let's see. So as you guys start approaching the boarding ramp, which happens to be on the right side of the map, so I'm going to say you guys go down the stairs on the left, and then basically hang a sharp turn and go along the base of the ship to get to the boarding ramp that's right there. And the security droid goes in and waits at the ramp and just kind of motions for 41 Vex to walk in. 41 Vex, you walk in and you make your way towards engineering. And before you can get too far, though, as you're walking in the central processing area, like basically the center of the ship, a big Trandoshan lizard-looking like folk walks right past you and says, "Ah, yes, I finally got my parts. Now we can get off this rock. How long do you take?" Sorry, I gotta stop smoking cigarettes. Death sticks. They're just so good. How long do you suspect it'll take to install the part?
Probably like a half an hour or so. Should be very quick.
Wow, that is very fast. I was told it would take 2 days. Well, get to work. I'd like to get off planet as soon as possible. And as 41 Vex starts heading inside a little further, Trex heads down the boarding ramp and is greeted by Overseer Bryn. And Posh and Ascara. Bryn, I wasn't expecting to see you here. Who are these two? And do you want to jump in and just kind of jump right in front of her, or do you want her to do the talking?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, so...
Shut up, Posh.
Enough.
So, as so Vex 41, before we start getting into this, are you making your way into engineering, or are you going to try to post up and see if you can try to ambush this guy in case things go sideways, or what are you doing?
I feel like I want to go towards engineering to try to get it set up as quickly as I can.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I figure they have Marion kind of like half of Troy's strength. You can handle yourself, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
we're all in constant comms, so I think what will be good is that.
So, Vex, you leave an open comm channel, or
Yeah.
well, actually one of Posh or...
Yeah, so she can hear our conversation with. Who's the guy whose ship is it we're stealing?
So his name is Trex, Trandoshan pilot, known bounty hunter, and Overseer Bryn walks up into him and says, "Trex, good to see you." And Trex goes, "Yes, likewise. What are you doing here? I was told you'd be coming later." And Bryn's just like, "Well, plans change, and I'm actually here to turn in a bounty." And so let me see.
Ooh,
What do I got here?
our plan to be able to get captured, right? Right?
Troy's all excited.
What is... What do I got here? And let's see.
So I just go up and be like, put up my hands and be like, "Yep, I'm here to turn myself in."
Hold on, I'm in the middle of figuring something out here. Shut up. Oh, that's okay. So she goes up to Trex and says, I'm here to turn in a bounty." And then motions towards you guys. "I didn't realize that these guys were bounties. Who are they?" And she's like, "Oh, don't you know? These are, the fuck's that hat's name? Timo's escapees. That's
You didn't
Posh, the
even-
pilot who got grounded not too long ago.
You didn't
And
see
that's
the
a
YouTube
Skara.
video?
Say that again?
You'd be like, you didn't see the YouTube video?
But Vex is in there too.
It was,
Oh,
it
just
was
a video.
Space Instagram. It was Space Instagram. So, so Overseer Bryn's like, that's Posh, the grounded pilot. One of Timo's is looking to try to make a run for it. And then you chime in, yeah, didn't you see the YouTube video? It's like, it's fucking viral. It's got 2 million views, and it's only happened 45 minutes ago. Like, he's like, I can't be bothered with that social nonsense. But all the same, if Timo wants you, he'll pay pretty nicely. What's the deal with the tough-looking one there? Well, clearly she wants to get away, right? Trex, you're not too bright, are you? In all reality, I think Trex is actually supposed to be pretty bright because he's like a renowned bounty hunter.
Yeah.
But I'm just running low on fumes right now, so my brain's not catching up to me right now. So, so I want you guys to make a perception roll right now.
Perception.
Both of you, and Vex, you can go ahead and make one too, and just let me know what you guys get.
Okay. Perception.
You're gonna roll it against 1 red and 2 purple.
Well, I got 1 failure.
Okay.
I got 1 advantage.
I got 1 failure and 2 threats.
Ooh, man.
Wow.
Alright.
Okay then.
But
So-
Vex 41's on the ship, right?
She's on the ship right now.
Okay.
So, you had Jess, you had net failure, right? Nothing else.
Correct.
And then Mary, you had just 1 advantage.
No, I had 1 failure and 2 threats.
Okay, and then Troy, you had 1 advantage.
Yes.
So your 1 advantage is you notice something moving behind you. With your failure and your 2 disadvantages, Overseer Bryn and Trax both pull out their weapons and start aiming at you guys. And Overseer Bryn says, Posh, you're mighty dumb for someone who's supposed to be mighty dashing. This is the easiest creds I've ever made. And behind you, 3 security droids are behind you. Well, 2 additional ones plus the one that was already at the base of the boarding ramp. And let's roll for initiative, guys. So go ahead and roll vigilance. And Jess, I'm going to go ahead and say you get to roll a cool roll just because you're inside the ship.
Okay.
Wait, it
Make it to
skipped
the
on me.
gun.
What is it?
What was that?
It lagged on me. What are we doing?
So, Mary, you're rolling a vigilance check. We're rolling for initiative because you guys are going to go into combat right now.
We're not rolling against anything, right? Just our 2 die.
I have
Whatever your vigilance is, and then Jess, you can roll cool or vigilance, whichever one gives you a better dice pool.
Well, with cool, I got 3 successes and 1 triumph.
Fuck yeah.
Wow.
You made the guns. You made-
Yes.
So for this one, Vex, 3 successes plus a triumph. Too bad that doesn't count for anything right now.
Aw. Damn it.
You're just very aware in the turn order. Ascara, what do you get?
I have 3 advantages.
3 advantages.
I have the same 3 advantages.
Man, you guys just are not rolling well right now. Which between the 2 of you, which one of you has a higher agility?
4.
3.
All right, so Ascara, and then I need to roll for them. So for them, they are. 2 successes. So Overseer Bryn is 2 successes. And Trex is... Man, this guy is a nasty dude. Let's see. So he gets 2 successes and 3 advantages.
Jesus.
Okay, so, oh, and I gotta roll for the droids, too. So they are...
And the Wookiee, right?
I'm gonna go ahead and say the Wookiee is just last,
Okay.
because YOLO. One advantage for the droids. Alright, so Trex is going to, he just says, now let's be smart about this. You guys are outnumbered and outgunned. Let's just settle this peacefully. There's no need for you guys to die here. Anyone want to say anything here?
There's no reason for you to die either. And then I pull out my blaster.
Troy.
And then
You're
Trex,
injured.
Trex looks to Bryn and just says, he really is an idiot, isn't he?
At
And,
this point, can I turn my gun to Posh?
That was a hypothetical, okay?
Okay, so at that point, Trex comes up and he's just gonna come into range with you and just gonna use his Trandoshan's claws and just basically try to swipe at you, Troy. So, damn.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got a good dice roll. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you that right now. And I would say.
My... Okay.
So do keep in mind the equipment that you guys have on your guys' character sheets, okay? Just I'm gonna throw that out there.
Okay.
Oh man! Oh Troy, this is not looking good. He got a triumph, a success, and 3 advantages.
Jesus Christ.
So he basically inflicts 2 critical injuries on you. So you're basically you have on your next turn 2 black die, and for every successive turn after that, you keep having a black die.
Fuck.
So
Run your mouth.
and then it hits for 6 damage.
Okay, so with my...
And he has. Oh, he doesn't have Pierce. So with Soak, how much is that?
That's 2 damage that I take.
Okay.
So we'll go from...
So he just comes up and he runs down this ramp and just basically drives his claws right into your shoulder, and it seems like he just dislocates your shoulder, and you scream in pain, and the actual damage isn't so bad. You figure with medical attention your shoulder can be set again, but the pain is such that I'm going to say you also suffer 2 strain,
Okay.
and it's going to be hard for you to use that arm.
Okay.
Next up in the order right now is Overseer Bryn. She's going to shoot at Oscara, and she has... Just need to save a bookmark here. What does she have? She has a blaster pistol, so she is going to shoot. So that is a success and 2 advantages. So she gets... So she's going to give a blue die to Trex's next attack, and then give a black die to you. Well, she's going to give a black die to whoever tries to attack her next. Those are her advantages. And Mary, she hits you for 6 damage.
Shit.
So,
Holy.
So what's your soak?
My soak is 4.
So you take 2 wounds.
Okay.
So next up is Vex. Now, your situation's unique, Jess, and I'm not quite sure if I'm doing this entirely because this is completely off of what the book expects. I'm going to say you have the option. You can choose to try to fix this hyperdrive, or you can try to assist them outside. As it stands right now, you've got 2, well, 1 real big nemesis threat, and Overseer Bryn, and then the droids. So you know their situation outside, but you can try to fix the ship so it's ready to go in case you guys need to make a quick getaway, or you can go and try and ambush them from behind. From the boarding
I have a question about the ship. The part that she needs to fix up, like the ship will still fly, right? It just needs that part.
The ship will still fly, but you cannot get into hyperspace without this part installed.
Okay.
Also, Jess, you have free reign of the ship too, so...
Guns. Get off the fucking guns.
Let's see. Well, let me see here. How... I know Troy's pretty injured. How injured was Mary?
She's not that injured. She's only got 2 damage.
But we've got what? We've got 2 adversaries and then 3 droids on us.
Okay.
Yeah. So Troy's got 4 strain right now. What's your strain threshold?
My is 12.
Okay, so you're still doing okay there. But also, Troy's got a bunch of setbacks on any of his rolls next.
It's gonna be hard to get anything good with my rolls.
Does Vex have the part installed at this point?
No. She was bullshitting about the half-hour thing. It actually does take quite a bit of time to install that part.
So I'll probably have to leave that aside for the moment and try to go help them out and kind of, I guess, try to ambush the 2 that are on them.
Okay.
Was it Trex and...
So I'm going to say you made it halfway to engineering, so if you want to try to ambush them and get to the boarding ramp, you're going to have to use a maneuver to at least get into insight and in range of them. And then from there you can do whatever attack. And remember, keep in mind the equipment and weapons you have on your character sheet. Look into that before you decide to make any decisions that applies for all of you.
Let me see. Okay. If I use a stun grenade, would that affect them as well?
Not if you... So I'm going to... Well, it could potentially. Vex is really close to Troy because he just went up and glomped him with his claws. Overseer Bryn is still on the boarding ramp. If you aim between the 2, the blast may not hit Troy, but there's a chance it could.
I see. In that case, can I maneuver to a spot like that's still kind of hidden and then like take aim and use my light blaster?
Sure. So what you can do, you use your maneuver to duck behind some cover at the top of the boarding ramp. Both Overseer Bryn and Trex are preoccupied looking down. So I'm going to say Overseer Bryn is at the base of the ramp, and then Trex is actually on the ground of the landing bay, all up in Pasha's grill. Oscara is maybe about a foot away from that. So to me, it seems like you have a clear line of sight at Overseer Bryn, or you can even also take aim at Trex because he's so much bigger than Pasha is in terms of size. It's going to be a low risk of actually hitting Pasha,
A low risk of
whichever one you want to aim for.
I missed the last part after low risk.
There's a low risk of hitting Posh because Trex is so much bigger than he is. So you have an open shot at both of them with low risk of hitting, with low risk of friendly fire.
I think I will aim towards Trex, because Troy is more injured. I feel like Mary can kind of handle Bryn at the moment. So yeah, I'll aim for Trex.
Okay, so you aimed, right?
Yes.
So you're going to get 1 blue die, and the range is short range, so it's 1 purple, and then your light blaster is 2 green.
2 green. Oh, okay. I hope this is a success. All right, I have 1 success and 2 advantages.
Woo.
Awesome.
Yes.
What do you want your advantages to be?
Can my advantage be that Bryn is still still distracted, didn't realize that I had hit, what's his face? Trex. And I can aim at her now? Really, like.
Well, no, so that's aiming is actually an action or another maneuver.
Right.
So I'm going to say you take 2 strain as well because you aimed as well. So
Okay.
add 2, mark that you have 2 strain. I'm okay with the advantage of her not realizing Trex got shot because she's preoccupied with Ascara. That's fine.
Yeah.
What do you want your other advantage to be?
Let me get away. Give him a black die or something.
That Troy or Posh was actually able to swarm out of Trex's range. Or
That's not quite how it works. You can't actually affect the character directly.
Just like the situation.
Yeah, basically the situation. So what you could do is give Trex a disadvantage, so give him a black die to his next attack or maneuver or whatever.
Kind of like if I hit him somewhere that was critical, that would be an advantage.
Or you hit him and he wasn't expecting it, and so now because he's slightly distracted, he has a disadvantage on his next attack.
Okay.
Okay.
I can work with that.
All right. Then next up is the next PC slot. That can be either Pasha or Ascara.
How far away am I from? You said a foot away from Trex. How far away am I from Bryn?
I'm going to say you two are at the base of the loading ramp. You're probably about 5 feet away from her. Trex and Posh are about a foot away to your left.
Okay. And if I were to use, like, how do binders work?
Binders? That's an excellent question. Let me see. Oh, are you going to try to put binders on someone?
Mm-hmm.
Well, tell me who first.
I want to see if I can bind Trex's hands and then use him as cover, like a shield against men.
I'm going to go ahead and say no. Because Trex is a brawny, strong Trandoshan guy who's all up in the grill of Posh. His hands are engaged right now. I'm not saying that you're not strong, but I'm also saying that to be able to wrestle him down, how about this? You make a daunting strength check, and I may consider letting you do it.
Okay.
So that is going to be 4 purple die. Against, well, this is basically brawl. You're going to try to restrain him. I'm going to call that brawl.
Okay.
So that would be your 2 green die.
God.
2 green and 4 purple?
Yeah. If you want to upgrade, again, you still have those destiny points here.
How do I use the destiny points again?
You could flip one and upgrade one of your green die to a yellow die.
I'll save that.
Well, then I'm going to spend one then and upgrade one of those purple die to a red die.
Yeah.
So it's 1 red, 3 purple, and 2 green.
That was a failure.
Where I thought you were going was kind of do it against Overseer Bryn because she's not nearly as strong. But
She's further away.
yeah, but you could have maneuvered into range and engaged her.
True.
But anyway, so what ends up happening is Ascara goes and just basically try to grab Trex's left arm. How bad did you fail, by the way? Was it just one failure?
It was just one.
One failure?
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually surprising. I thought it was.
Yeah, like everything canceled each other out except for like one failure.
And you managed to get his left arm behind his arm, but his right arm is just so like on Pasha's shoulder that he kind of releases Pasha's shoulder and just kind of whips his elbow back and kind of brushes you back, and so you're unable to actually bind him.
Well, you got one of them, right?
No,
No.
the binders fall to the ground, and Ascara is disengaged from Trex. Posh, you're also disengaged now because he had to deal with Ascara.
Okay.
But he's still within short range of both of you.
So.
And Overseer Bryn is still at the top of the ramp. So it is now Posh's turn.
And I'm still within incredibly short range of Trex, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's technically short range, but I mean you're not very far from him. And
I'm gonna do it up close. I'm gonna shoot him. Use my quick draw.
Quick draw and shoot him.
Yeah.
So since you get basically quick draw lets you get a maneuver when drawing your weapon for free. Do you want to use your maneuver to aim?
Yes. Yeah. Just up close.
Add a blue die.
Okay. So I've got 2 black die.
2 black die, a blue die, a yellow, and 2 green.
Yellow and no purple?
No, 1 purple.
Not 1 purple.
Actually, hold on. Let me see how this works here. Yeah, just 1 purple.
Okay. There we go. Give me something good. Yes! I've got 2 successes and 2 advantages.
How many successes?
2. 2 successes and 2 advantages.
2 successes and 2 advantages. Okay. So you hit for 7 damage. So.
I think it's 6. Oh wait, yeah.
And because your other success is plus 1.
Yeah.
So that. And he has a soak of 5, so he takes 2 damage.
Huh.
So, what do you want your advantages to be?
I'm gonna give him a he's still disoriented because he's been shot at, and then he tried to get tackled and handcuffed, and then he just got shot from me. He's gets another black die because he doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
He has a total of 2 black die.
And then the next one I'm gonna give to the advantage to the blue to our Wookiee because.
Okay. You're really, really, really wanting me to bring in the Wookiee. Okay.
He's like,
yeah.
Comes in when you need it.
So, the droids are gonna go then.
Yeah.
And I'm going to treat them like a set of minions. There's 3 of them, and give them... I'll make an arbitrary number here. So they take aim at... they notice that something came from behind... Overseer Bryn, and they look up the boarding ramp and can't quite tell what's going on. So the boarding ramp doesn't immediately see 41 Vex. The other 2 outside stay there and take aim at Ascara because she's not currently engaged with Trex. and they have light blaster pistols, so they are within short range. Wow. That is a wash. So they take shot at Ascara, and with Ascara's agility, she manages to dodge out of the way of their shots, and they didn't really move, so they're still open to attack. They don't get any disadvantage or anything like that, but they're still within short range of you guys as well, but they didn't move from their positions beyond the one who went up the boarding ramp. So after hearing all the commotion and being told to wait outside of the landing bay, and Lorik having heard everything over the open intercom, he had been sneaking his way along the back as sneakily a Wookiee can, and he basically jumps from the landing bay entrance dock and just starts charging towards the boarding ramp. He's really tall, so it's hard for him to actually crouch underneath the ramp, so he's forced to kind of go around the ship as well. And he comes off from the side and then just immediately starts wailing on the closest droid to him. And that is going to be his fists. So he gets yellow. Against one purple.
You get the blue die from me, right?
Wow, okay. So he gets 3 successes and 3 advantages. So
Nice.
So that is a total of 4 plus 2, that's 6. So that's 7 damage. And they've got a soak of 3, so that's 4 damage to the droids. So the droids are somewhere in between. So if the loading base of the loading ramp's here, Overseer Bryn is just right here. The 2 droids are in between, and then we have Oscara on one side. I guess if you're facing up the ramp to the right, and then to the left of her is Trex and Posh. And with the droids being right here, you just see Lorik just come in and just punch one droid, and it flies into the other one, and they're knocked prone. And Lorik just goes, "Grrr," and it roughly translates to, "Why the hell wasn't I brought in here first?" So that is his turn. He's knocked the 2 droids prone. He is in between Overseer Bryn and Trex, with Trex engaged with Posh. Ascara's on the side, and 41 Vex at the top of the ramp with another droid inside looking for whatever shot down the ramp. Let me just roll one of these and see what happens. So that is a light side point, so nothing happens. Awesome. That's good for you guys. Alright, so we're back to the top of the order, and that brings us to Trex. So after feeling disoriented from one being shot in the back, not knowing where that came from, and then all of a sudden trying to be wrestled by this Twi'lek bounty hunter, he kind of shrugs it off, but is still kind of disoriented a little bit. That shot ended up distracting him way more than he thought it would. But he still has got this vendetta against Posh because basically who talks to Trex the way Posh did. So,
Way to go.
so he's going to go ahead and actually, but knowing he's in a bad position and now just hearing this angry Wookiee roar, he's actually going to move behind Posh and ready his weapon and take a shot. And so that's going to be... Man, that is a nasty one. And that is 1 purple. But he has 2 black die, right?
Yes.
2 or 1?
2.
2. interesting roll. That's a failure with 3 advantages. So he kind of stumbles across and moves across from Posh, right behind him. So he's basically thinking Posh to try to get a better sense of the scope of what's going on right in front of the landing bay of his ship. And Trex kind of actually gets a little distracted by the sight of a Wookiee. One of you make me a knowledge check real quick. So whoever has the highest knowledge, make that check for me.
I have 2 green die.
Mine's 2 green.
Oh, where's mine?
41
I have-
Dex is a high one.
I have 3 green, 1 yellow.
Damn.
So roll those against 2 purple.
2 purple. 3 successes.
So you know that just from talking to Lorik that the whole reason why he's on this planet is because he was essentially he left Kashyyyk to begin with because Trandoshans, a la Trex, the Trandoshan way is the way of the Great Hunt. The Great Hunt is basically their religion. They believe in hunting the biggest, baddest prey, and that guides them towards glory within their religion and status amongst their culture. And one of the biggest and most favorite prey of Trandoshans are Wookiees. And so they go to Kashyyyk to hunt these Wookiees. And one of Lorik's sister and I guess his nephew were actually murdered by Trandoshans. So Wookiees hate Trandoshans. Trandoshans like hunting Wookiees. So Trex is kind of blown away that the fact that there's a Wookiee here, and he gets excited by the fact that he can have this kill, and that's why he missed shooting Posh. And his advantages is he's going to. So he took. Did he take any strain before? No, he did not. His advantages is he's going to have. So he has clear line of sight now towards Lorik. So he's going to take a blue die on any attack on him. And his other 2 advantages are he shouts out orders to the droids to focus on finding the droid that's installing the the HMRI. So the 2 droids at the bottom of the deck, their next turn, they're going to get a blue die towards any check looking towards Vex. And now we're back to the top of now is Overseer Bryn. So noticing that the whole mess that's going on the base of the ramp, she's actually going to try to run inside to the ship, and her motives are unknown at this point, and she runs right past Vex. So she spent her maneuver going up the ramp and turning the corner. It is now Vex's turn. So what would you like to do?
Since she passed me, and you said the other 2 droids are looking for me?
Mm-hmm.
Do I know that they're looking for me?
Yeah,
You know, one is because one is actually on the ship with you. So how I see it is if you look at the map of the ship, you were at the top of the boarding ramp. I'm going to say if you're facing outside, you were the left of the boarding ramp. The droid that went up into the ship went up the ship and turned opposite from where you actually were hiding. Overseer Bryn ran the other way, right past where you were hiding. So she's heading towards. If you're going up the ramp to the right, and the other droid that's on the ship for you went up the ship and to the left.
Okay. So in that case, and Lorik still needs cover from Trex?
Well, the fight outside now is a little more evenly matched because Lorik's already put 2 droids prone. So those 2 droids need to spend a move just to stand up again before they can go up on the ship. Trex is flanking Posh, but is now distracted by Lorik, and Oscara doesn't have Overseer Bryn to deal with. So the fight outside is a little more balanced than it was before.
Okay.
So you're kind of on your own unless you want to join the fray outside.
I want to try to get back to install it, but I guess like I want to do it like whereas I'm finding places to hide instead of just being out in the open going back.
So you want to try to make your way towards engineering?
Yes.
Okay, so from the base of the ramp, I'm going to say it takes a maneuver to get to engineering right outside of engineering.
Okay.
As you get to engineering, you look in the room and you notice the droid is searching for you amongst the cargo. So what do you want to do? You can't move anymore. You can try to hide outside of engineering and hopefully he comes out and misses you again, or you can attack.
Let's see. I want to. It's just that one droid in there.
For now, yeah.
I will attack.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a blue die because you have an attack of opportunity, and you're going to use your light pistol, and that'll be 2 green
Okay.
against 1 purple, and you get a blue.
I have 1 success and 3 advantages.
Give me 1 second here. And what is that? What is a success in what?
3 advantages.
Okay, so you take a shot at the droid and you hit the droid right in the back of the circuitry at the back of his head, and you just take it out. It's out of commission and is no longer a threat to you. Your advantages you could try to spend towards fixing the igniter if you would like.
Yes, because I want to get it been running so that we can.
So I'm going to go ahead and say, so you can't take any additional actions this turn, but next turn, if you want to try to start fixing this igniter, you'll get a blue die to the roll needed to fix it.
Okay.
And that gives you 2 additional blue die to play with, or advantages to play with. Do you want to use those advantages to kind of establish anything about the engineering room or the engine?
No. I think I'll save it for my next one.
Well, so what I'm saying is you have a blue die already for your check, but you have 2 advantages left to spend.
I have 2 extra.
Right.
Oh. In that case, I already know like where exactly it is, right? It doesn't have to be like I don't have to look for it.
Well, you're not familiar with the layout of the ship, so not necessarily. So you can spend 1 advantage to know exactly where you need to go.
Yes, I would like to do that.
And then you could spend an advantage to know you have worked with this exact. You have worked with this exact reactor before.
Okay.
So that'll lower the difficulty check. It won't lower it. It'll give you an additional blue die on the check to try to install this.
Okay.
So
that'll work.
Just make note you have 2 blue die on your check to install the part.
Okay.
Okay, so next up is another PC slot, so who wants to go first?
I'm on this map, where am I? Like, going to be?
So, let me screen share this.
Like, what is that? Yeah, am I like near the control room?
So, boarding ramp, bottom of the boarding ramp's here. Do you see my mouse?
Yeah, I see it.
So, I'm going to say Lorik is right here. The 2 droids are over here. Ascar is over here. Trex is over here. And Posh, you're back over... No. Posh, you're here. Trex is over here, surveying everything that's happening in front of him over here.
Okay.
Vex is here in engineering. I'm going to call this area the door. So she stood right out here and shot the droid. Okay.
Okay.
The igniter that she needs to work on is here.
And
And
where's Brent?
Overseer Bryn ran up this ramp and went this way.
So.
You guys don't know where from there because no one has eye of sight on her.
Okay. What I want to do with my turn is I want to back up while still looking at Trex. I start backing up onto the ramp,
Okay.
and um, then so I have a movement. Like I don't know if I should shoot him. Can I shoot him?
Are you going to move up the ramp? If you move halfway up the ramp, you'll still have line of sight on Trex and still be able to shoot. If you take your full movement, you would move up to the top of the ramp and not be able to see that far out from the ship.
Okay.
Because if you figure the ship is actually on stilts and is elevated, so if
Yeah.
you're on top of the ramp, you can actually get a good line of sight
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah. Okay. I wonder if we could just lock him out.
That's a valid option. You could try to do
Just
that.
like just back up on there and then like just shoot him and steal his ship. I think that would be.
So you want to try to do that?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just gonna make.
Okay.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'll just make it all the way up the ramp and then I'll just be posed at basically at the top of the ramp, looking down, aiming, so that if he does walk into the line of sight, they'll have a advantage.
Okay. So you're going to spend your entire turn moving, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you're at the top of the ramp, posted where Vex was hiding. You didn't know where she was hiding, but it just happens to be the same place, and you have a good line of sight of the base of the ramp.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. So next up is Oscara then.
Okay. Can I chase after Brent?
So you're gonna run up the ramp.
Mm-hmm.
So you can spend your whole turn running up the ramp and make it to where Posh is. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So the droids they spend their turn getting up, and then start heading towards. They make it to the base of the ramp.
So they're in my line of sight.
They are in your line of sight now.
Okay.
Lorik then turns around and starts to square up against Trex. He just lets out this really primal roar that only a Wookiee can do when it's under some kind of battle lust, and just starts making its way and starts charging at Trex. So Lorik is going to brawl with this dude.
Oh, and I don't get to see it.
You can hear it.
Not really, because Troy's at the top of the ramp.
Through the link.
Oh, the comms.
Yeah, I mean, you can have the comms, but you don't... I mean, I'm going to say Lorik's roar is super fucking loud, so you know something is going on. But, I mean, you functionally, you guys can't see it, and you can't really hear what's going on beyond maybe, like, the actual sounds of the fight.
I see.
So he's engaged with him.
Good roll.
Wow, I have never seen a roll like that. That is
2 triumphs or something?
that is 6 successes.
Holy moly!
He is pissed.
So Lorik, my man, just see Trex, instant blood rage, starts charging at him, and just not knowing, I mean, not that you guys can see this, but the camera just starts panning. It starts off up close behind Lorik as he's like a low pan looking upwards towards Lorik as he does his scream, and then Lorik runs over the top of the camera flips up, and then you see Lorik just gunning towards him, and then you just hear just this massive collision between 2 heavily bodied enemies, and Lorik just starts just wailing on Trex before Trex is even ready. Almost catching Trex off guard, even though he's staring at Lorik this whole time. The roar was just so menacing, like it just kind of caught him off guard for a second. And he does... So that is 5 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 damage, and Trex's soak was 5, so he takes 5 damage.
Holy moly.
And Trex is now looking good. Trex is he fends off the attack, and but he is bloodied. And you know, the Wookiees just have this immeasurable amount of strength, way more than any human can muster. And with the weight and size and just being caught off guard, the Wookiee just had clear advantage until Trex snapped back to reality for a moment, got his guard up, and kind of snapped out of his daze for whatever reason, and is now ready to go mano-a-mano against this Wookiee. So with that, we'll go back up to the top, which is Trek's action. He had his blaster ready. I'm going to say in the attack with Lorik, he dropped it and is just now going to go hand-to-hand with this guy. So Trex gets... Oh, they have the same melee attack. So this is pretty sweet. So those cancel. So that is 3 successes and an advantage. So Lorik is going to take... That's 7, and then Lorik's soak is 4. So Lorik goes from 19. So what did I say? 5?
Yep.
5 after soak, right? No. Okay, let me just do this again. 5 plus 7 minus 4. So he does 3 damage, so it's 16. And he'll get advantage on his next turn when he has it. So Overseer Bryn is off doing something. Let me see what... You guys don't see any of this. I'm just going to do a secret roll that you guys don't get to know about. Okay. So, on what Overseer Bryn's turn would be next, her roll didn't go so well, and all of a sudden you start hearing alarms, and then you just hear a scream coming from where you assume the cockpit is.
Okay.
So, it is now... who's up next? PC slot. So who wants to go?
I kind of want to go first. Well, I mean, I have line of sight on one of the droids, right? Because they're
Yeah, because they're at the base of the boarding ramp. Yes.
So if can I shoot one and then run to the cockpit?
Yeah. So roll your attack.
So I've got
That's
one
short
blue
range.
die, one black die, and then my
1 black die, 1 blue die, and then your ranged attack, and 1 purple.
and one purple. Okay, well, one success and 3 advantages.
So their group is. So you managed to, with your quick draw, you managed to take a shot and actually fire up 2 shots, and you managed to take both of them out. So both security droids are in op. And what was your advantage?
I got 3 of them.
You got 3 advantages?
Yeah.
With your movement, you're going to move towards the cockpit. I'm going to say your advantages are is you know what with your piloting ability, you know what could have caused those alarms and klaxons to go off in that scream.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to make your way towards the cockpit, knowing what type of ship this is. You kind of have a general idea of where that is. I'm going to say you're going to make it halfway down the path that leads to the cockpit with your movement. But you know with your advantages that she'd probably trip some kind of trap for someone who's trying to start the ship.
Start the ship. Okay. So I'm gonna when I run, I'm running to their. Let's see. I'm gonna run past Asara, and I'm gonna just say she's mine, and then I'm just run there.
Okay. All right.
You can fuck it up though.
What?
You can leave it to you to fuck it up though.
She broke my heart. I didn't show the stars.
I love how Troy can do all this while still like severely injured.
Seriously, aren't you crawling to the cockpit of this
Four
plane?
strain, what? 4 strain and 4 damage. I'm still okay.
4 strain and 4 damage, but with the severely dislocated shoulder that is hurting the hell out of you.
You only have like one good arm, so don't miss
It's my left shoulder, you know. I should move
And
my
do you
right.
know why you only have one good arm? Goddamn cockiness.
Okay. Next up, who wants to go next?
Vex.
That's either Vex or Ascara.
And all the droids are down.
All the droids
so
are down.
I'm pretty much in the clear to fix it, right? Can I see if I can like roll?
Yeah. So you move to the igniter, and you will go ahead and roll me a 3 difficulty mechanics check, and let's say, well, and then whatever bonuses you had.
Let's see, where's my sheet? I have 3 green, 1 yellow. Okay, 3 green, 1 yellow against 3 difficulty.
Against 3 purple.
Okay.
And then remember you have your 2 blue boosts from before.
Yes. Oh, 3 successes and 2 advantages.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to say we're jumping into this a little before I thought, but all right. So you have a good sense of where it's at, how much this engine is in disrepair. You think you would need a total of about average repair time, especially for someone who's familiar with ships in this particular build, it would take 90 minutes. But because you succeeded, I'm going to say you repair time to about 45 minutes altogether.
Okay.
And one of your advantages is you are you're now familiar with the workings of this particular engine on this ship and what kind of maintenance it's been done. And so you have a good sense of the health of the ship, the ship's reactor, and you think you can get it humming up pretty well if you needed to.
Okay.
Your other advantages you can either bestow upon Ascara, Lorik, or Posh, unless you could think of any of their advantages.
Not in that situation, but I feel like Posh might need help.
So do you want to... You are also kind of the medic, and then Troy also, you have stim packs too, so if you wanted to heal yourself, you could too. But you would benefit... oh, he's not even there.
Where'd he go?
He's
I didn't even notice.
He's what?
Or not, I don't know.
So if I give Troy an advantage, that would apply to his next turn.
Yes.
And wait, what was Mary doing?
Mary is right now trying to chase Overseer Bryn.
Oh, okay. So she hasn't like actually caught her or anything yet. She's just looking for her.
I don't know what Mary's intentions are, but she was chasing after Bryn.
Okay. Okay.
I think Mary just stalled out. I don't see her.
I know she's frozen.
I don't see Troy either.
Did they both lag out? I don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything either.
Huh. I'm not the only one with bad internet.
Oh my god, I have so much hair on my floor.
Welcome to our world. That's what you get when you grow your hair.
Oh my god, I could build another me with all this hair.
It's gross sometimes. I'm like, oh.
I need a vacuum in here. Mary dropped, Troy dropped.
Bad connection. Well, okay, so far I have cut down the time. I know what I'm doing. And what was my other advantage?
Troy said, or Mary said, her internet disconnected.
Oh. Damn. Do, 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 do. Okay.